But there is something that is very interesting that I've come across. Let me show you how ghosts of the past look over here.
Have you ever felt a shiver, like an ancestor you never knew was watching? Imagine standing in a Chinese museum and looking at this 4,000-year-old mummy, looking at it and feeling like an impossible connection, I was watching at these burial rites and I was going through all of these exhibits and, I felt like goosebumps and shivers going up and down my spine. And for a moment, I thought to myself, what if I'm looking at one of my own ancestors, however unlikely, who walked the Silk Road, and I've met them here, only now, and in this silence, I can hear some kind of a ghost story calling to me, and it has a specific Balkan tune from half a world away. In the remote western Chinese desert, the sand preserved these mummies for thousands of years. These are the Tarim Mummies. They had features that felt like eerily familiar, and their hair was ranging from blonde to red, and they were dressed in wool clothes like it's winter, weird. With those tall and pointy hats on top of their heads. Their burials were what truly gave me goosebumps, They were laid to rest in kind of boat-shaped coffins, and there were oars like they were traveling to far distances. It's, like in the middle of the desert. And some also, they had like necklaces with what looked like cheese, I guess? I don't know. Probably a snack for the afterlife. And for years, everybody assumed they were migrants and they were coming from the West. But in recent years, the genetics turned that story completely on its head. The very first Tarim people weren't travelers at all. They were a local population, completely isolated genetically. Yet they weren't culturally alone. They welcomed food, tools, and beliefs from distant people, creating culture unlike any other. And in their tombs, you can almost hear the whispers from my back home Balkans, It's a feeling, an echo in folklore where death is never truly at an end. There's this primal fear of the restless dead, the souls that can't move on unless we perform the right rituals. To keep your loved ones from becoming hungry spirits of the night, these rites were everything. Maybe you'd leave a coin to pay for their way to the other side, which suddenly doesn't feel so different from leaving a cheese necklace for a long and lonely journey. The fact that genetics can't prove a direct link between Tarim people and my Balkan ancestors makes the whole thing even stranger, more chilling. The connection isn't just about blood, it is about these haunting cultural echoes. Think about it. A boat coffin buried in the Chinese desert, in deep-seated fear of restless souls in the Balkan villages. The core anxiety is identical. Our dead need us to help them cross over, and if we forget them, the risk for them is never finding peace. And they may come to remind us of that. So, if it isn't a shared bloodline, what is it? Just a crazy coincidence? Or are these fractured echoes of a single ancient human story, a story our soul remembers even when our minds have forgotten? What warnings from our own distant past do you think we are all still ignoring?